Good morning, everybody. Welcome on into North Dakota today. Right now, it is time to get nice as we join Amanda this morning with our North Dakota Nice blog. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, friends. How are you?
Great. Good. How are you?
Good. Let's get into it because
Okay.
I have. Okay, so my first one, my first story today, is about geocaching. So have you ever geocached?
I
before?
have. I'm familiar with the term.
Great. So then you can help me describe it for anyone who has never heard of it because I am new to it. So geocaching is like modern day treasure hunting. People put out little boxes with either little presents in them or even just a piece of paper and you write your name on it. And then they register the coordinates on an app and you use your phone and you go and find them. And it's a very popular activity. It's really fun. My kids love it. If you go to places, people are geocaching. You can go anywhere and find geocaches.
Well, typically it's like parks, state parks, trails, public places. It's pretty fun too.
It's really
I
fun.
did it actually before there was an app.
Ooh.
I used to do it. We did it in Girl Scouts when we were little girls, and I remember it was like this whole adventure event where we were hiking through trails and stuff and finding them. But it was before it was as easy as pulling out, you know, your phone to find the coordinates.
Right. Well, I'm happy that you used the word event because I wanted. Okay, so in Gilby, North Dakota, population 250. For those of you who have never Googled Gilby, is a man named Chad Thorvalson, and Chad is a geocacher, and he builds. Here's Chad in the center here with his friends Carmen and Jerry, and they are avid geocachers, and they build. Chad specifically builds these very elaborate geocaches, and they're like carnival games. So imagine like one of them, if you hit a platform with a mallet, the geocache pops up and you grab it. Yes, this is Chad and his wife.
What?
And so he builds these really elaborate ones. They're all over the place. So Chad and his friends go and travel around and go to geocache events. And they were making a list of a bucket list of events, and his friend Carmen jokingly put down Gilby. And they thought, why not? So they decided to have, 4 years ago, they had the first Gilby Gone Wild. They had a geocache event, and it's become a smashing success. It's actually considered the Disneyland of geocaching.
Oh my God.
It is on people's bucket lists. Here they are at the geocaching headquarters, some of the Gilby group here.
Geocaching HQ, baby. This is official.
So this Gilby attracts, there's 500 people who come to Gilby every year. Once again, population 250.
Wow.
All the other geocachers in the area help get it set up. This is one of the last Gilby Gone Wilds.
Cute name too.
Yeah, it's adorable. Chad himself puts out like 10 new geocaches a year, these very elaborate geocaches.
Yeah.
You can actually Google Gilby geocaching.
Yeah.
And it's all over the place because it's so popular. So they have people from all over the country come to Gilby for this. And I love it on a million levels.
Yeah.
One, I love people doing things that they love and sharing it with their friends. Two, I love when people use what they love and then share it with more people, with the community. Planning an event is no small feat.
Right.
And they don't have to. I mean, there was nothing that was requiring them to do this, but they wanted to share it. Chad said this year, the other geocachers in the area put out 40 to 50 new geocaches.
Wow.
And people come through and they love it. They comment how much they love being in the tree lines.
Yeah.
And then three, I just love the idea of people celebrating our small communities because they're awesome. I mean, you're farming this weekend. I don't think people know how wonderful some of our small communities are. So I love that Gilby is like the hot spot in the United States.
Yeah, I think that's really cute, especially when your hobbies turn into passions and then, as you mentioned, sharing with your friends. Also, if you're still not kind of grasping what's happening, it does remind me of Pokemon Go. Remember when Pokemon Go was the craziest viral thing and everyone was outside with their phones?
Yes.
It is similar in that sense. Obviously, there's not hordes of children and people as there were when Pokemon Go hit the scene, but it is something similar to that. It's like a scavenger hunt. You're out in the wilderness, you're looking under rocks, you're looking under landmarks, and you're having fun along the way, and it's really fun for all ages too. So yeah, definitely love this topic.
It's wonderful. My 8-year-old loves it. My 12-year-old, my husband loves it. I get lost in Grand Forks, where I'm born and raised.
Same.
So yeah, I'm not great at geocaching, but other people are very good.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting. You find this little box.
Yes.
Sometimes there's like a little rock in it, and then you take the
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yep, it
It's
can be
awesome.
very fun. Love that. Okay, and cheese the day.
Cheese the day.
That's our next topic.
Wonderful. Did I send that? That sounds like me. Okay. So I don't usually talk about businesses on here because if I talked about all the businesses that did good in North Dakota, I would only talk about businesses because we have some very generous ones. But I did want to highlight one because it was a whole community thing. So in Grand Forks, we have a business called Deke's Pizza. And they did, for the last 3 years, they've done a back to school pizza fundraiser where they donate 100% of their sales to the Grand Forks and East Grand Forks public schools.
Oh, wow.
And it's a whole, the reason this picture here is that everybody gets into it. So we have a business called Rydell Cars, and they bought 140 pizzas.
Wow.
And so this year alone, they raised $17,000. In total, over the last 3 years, they've raised nearly $75,000, and this all goes to the social workers at these schools to give to kids that need it. And so once again, they could just have a fundraiser and they could sell pizza and you could buy pizza Sophia and take it home. But people use it as a chance to say, let's give back to the school district, let's have a pizza party at the office or at home, and that's the result.
I love that.
Yes, it's not McDonald's. It's pizza.
Deke's is so good. I love Deke's. We have
Is
two in
it?
Fargo.
Yes,
Oh.
Deke's is very good, and they are a very generous school supporter. So it's awesome that they do that. Lots of great businesses that do lots of
Yeah.
great things.
Yeah.
But they especially, that's such a wonderful event.
I love that. Okay, so how do we read more? How do we find your blog? How do we get a hold of you?
Yes, so please send all your great people and ideas. Even if you're like, I'm on the fence. Wait to hear one of the stories I have coming up in a couple of weeks. It's going to blow your mind. And when I got it, they were like, is this a thing? So you can send it to northdakotanice.com or ndnice.com or find me on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up on today's show, we have more to preview for the upcoming Blue Water Bash. Stay tuned right after the break.